What's up, guys? All right. Appreciate your patience. Last couple of days. We'll have a look at EU to start today off with, just because it's the one that I don't really see a whole lot on. I'd like to keep buying it in all honesty. Following on from sort of my recent outlook towards back end of last week, not looking for this area to hold. Want to see price come up into that extreme. Had a really good inducement to the downside now out of this point, and we can see the reaction that we've gotten since inducing all of these sellers. So that's great. Taking out a lot of buyers with that low there as well. So the markets are moving well in that sense and doing what it should be, reacting off this area, which obviously caused quite a significant move in the market too. So it's all making sense. But in terms of what we've got to work with currently, we're more or less inside of this area as a range. We haven't had an inducement to the downside for ages, and obviously price is just pushing up at the moment. So not a lot we can do with it. I'd like to buy it. We don't have much in the way of a validated range to be able to buy. I don't want to use any of the stuff that sits inside of here. It's all kind of more or less just garbage. So we'll wait and see if it starts to develop some price action. What we do have here now is price obviously bringing in taking Asia high. If we can get a bit of a sell-off here and juice some of this structure that we've got built up here, we'll have a lot of Asia high sellers come into the market, and we can look to buy up and target them and take them out, just following with this bullish momentum. Everything that sits really all inside of here as well. It doesn't really hold any weight as yeah, it's almost so liquidity rather than anything. Following off the back of that daily inducement, it makes sense to actually come up and take out that high. So we have more or less completed the structure cycle with the inducement of the decisional. However, with the way the price is moving, it's looking as though we need to come up to that extreme area. So all of this shouldn't really hold any weight. I'll move across to AU. Now, on AU, what we've got, if I just zoom out a little bit, we have obviously taken the retest of that daily break, starting to get a bit of a bullish retracement now. I am happy to work inside of this area as my 15-minute extreme and that area as my hourly extreme, sorry, externals. Now, this area is likely to get pushed through given that it's a retest of the hourly break. However, given that it also mitigated this whole portion here, it may hold. The main reason I'd look at this area not holding is because obviously it kind of matches the liquidity that we've taken with that retest. So either way, nonetheless, looking to tug up towards that area. Now, we have induced the retest of that break and got a decisional area sitting just here. I'm happy to sell out of that decisional area. Obviously working with this as a medium inducement. I wouldn't mind selling where it is right now, but looking unlikely to do so. I see all of this here as just garbage price action, more or less retest of that breaker structure just there, where we had a really nice inducement into a break with a retest added onto it. So I was open to selling down through it. It looks like we're just going to push bullish, and that's perfectly fine. If we can sweep Asia high, even get some sort of like minor inducement to form a medium inducement, that'd be great to be able to sell down from there. So we'll see if price wants to develop in that sense. As it stands right now, I'm not overly interested in trying to buy it. I just need to come down a little bit further, ideally down to take out that retest before I'm open to buying it, just to complete the structure cycle. GU, I'd actually be open to selling it right where it is if it wasn't so aggressive. If we come down to this retest area, I'll sell it through that. So what we've got, we've broken the 15-minute and the hourly low, got a new range just here. Obviously starting that complex pullback inside of that leg. In terms of a high time frame positioning, we're not anywhere significant. We're still not in our extreme. Yes, we're at the bottom of this leg. Price has made a sufficient pullback, so it can very well start to push its way up. But we don't have anything, concrete in terms of that being what price is going to be doing just yet. However, I'd like to follow with the bullish momentum, but given what we've induced, I'd be open to also selling it. This area just here as well is also quite a significant area. It's a good demand to supply that did sweep liquidity. So we may find the price gives us a bit of a reaction from there. We'll see what it wants to do. It's looking very bullish at the moment and unlikely to be able to do a whole lot with it. I'm not going to sell against this momentum, so I'll start to see if we're maybe going to develop some 5-minute price action up here like this that I can then use to bring in some sellers. So bring in more buyers and then obviously sell through it. So a bit of patience and we'll be sweet. terms of news today, got red folder in New York, nothing significant for London, so that's all good. Yep, Forex Factory says the same thing, so that's great. Easy as guys, we'll wrap her up there, see what these are going to do. Very bullish right now. Ideally, I'd like to keep buying it. It's just a matter of not having a whole lot of structure. Yeah, they're flying to be able to work with four buyers. So nonetheless, I'll speak to you all soon anyway.